Guys, we are going to talk about a good movie for a change. Dragon Ball Z Movie 5, Cooler's Revenge. It's about Frieza's older brother Cooler, who came to Earth to restore the honor of his family by killing Goku. A really action-packed story actually. And the secondary cast is very active, like nobody exists just because. Think about Goten in the Usage, you can take him out, nothing relevant is lost. Nobody like that exists in this movie. Despite the short length, each second of the movie is taken full advantage of. We get to know the characters and their personality. And Cooler's henchmen are the equivalent of the Ginyu Force, and they are really entertaining when they interact with each other and the main cast. And they have unique methods and techniques that are different from each other, which makes them really memorable compared to your average Dragon Ball henchman Joe. They actually show individuality unlike others that are either reactive or do things as they ordered. The final confrontation against Cooler is set up well too, since Goku lost his first encounter and needed to recover until about half the movie's runtime. And Cooler is one of the most interesting antagonists in the franchise, and with his personality being superior to Frieza. Like, while Frieza's selling point is his sheer existence nobody can defy, not even gods, Cooler has the family integrity in mind. In the past, he noticed Frieza letting a Saiyan escape, refusing to take care of himself, and predicting that it will be Frieza's downfall. He's also known for analyzing the situation well, as I described. So he's more than just being really strong. He noticed that Goku is able to survive in his first confrontation and acknowledges him as a foe capable of killing his younger brother. Cooler is also shown assisting his henchmen on various occasions instead of letting them do all the jobs themselves. And unlike Frieza, he doesn't kill his own henchmen because of every little small things they do badly. Cooler is one of few characters you can argue deserves the powers they have because he is related to Frieza, and an older brother is usually thought of as someone of superiority. Considering Frieza came out of nowhere and his power isn't really justified in my opinion. It's something that Toriyama and Toei are known for is pulling out enemies out the earth. You don't know how the fuck the androids can be as strong as they are, or where was built all this time. Now, also Cooler's defeat was one of the best defeats in the franchise. To the point it was replicated many times, but none of them worked as good as this one. Now, also there's a poetic irony that he acknowledges the fatal mistake he made during his final moment, and not having the right to criticize Frieza for his mistakes, since he did something similar. It is the first Dragon Ball movie that features the real Super Saiyan, and probably the best use of it, as it appears as a mystical form that appears in the times of despair. Not feeling like another power-up that increases your power like 50 times or something. It came as a state that that overcomes any hardship, so to speak, and is pretty much something that represents that. Unlike what it's honestly doing right now, being a jobber form. Criticism that no longer holds up is something I want to mention. It's not something you can say, well, it's not relevant, then why you mention it. It's about transforming villains. You know, Frieza's first, second and third form are something to restrict his real power and capabilities. So his fourth form and final form is Frieza's true form. while Cooler has something like a True Form 2, as it should be his final form, he has transformations that exist to actually increase his power. Back in the day, it seemed like the writers have no idea how Frieza's forms work, and brought some confusion to the fan base. But with the awful revival of F movie, this criticism no longer holds any water, since Frieza can now transform like a Super Saiyan 2 and get stronger instead just restraining himself. And back to actual, let's go to actual criticisms. The strength of Frieza compared to Frieza, and Cooler compared to Frieza. It may be a dumb error, but many are confused who between Cooler and Frieza is stronger, or even King Cold, so there are heated debates between them. As Dragon Ball Multiverse would show if you read it, which I don't recommend, where so many people believe Cooler to be stronger in the past, but now everyone believes that Frieza was always stronger, if he excludes the revival of F movie, which is awful. There's also a question regarding believability regarding Cooler's henchmen's power, since they seemed like stronger than first form Frieza, but that can be argued around if Cooler might have trained them. But if you haven't seen the movie and believe you are a big Dragon Ball fan, you should definitely check it out. You won't be disappointed.